Hello, hi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is North Star, Queen of Stars, and today I have a message for you guys. A very profound one at that. As you can see, the cards have already presented themselves, and yeah, I'm kind of just ready to just get straight into the energy. It's very immediate, quite urgent, in fact. So, to begin, we have the Justice card. And to me, this speaks quite loudly and gives the energy of the goddess, that being Mahat and Isis, and goddesses that rule over justice, law, divine cosmic balance. Things are going to be divinely protected. Your situations, your expectations, your manifestations, everything right now is going through equilibrium. Everything's balancing out. Things are decreasing, things are increasing, things are going accordingly. But through this cosmic balance also means that things are going to happen that are not in our control, and we have to let go of that control. We cannot change. Things are already put into stone when it comes to certain things like the cycles of life and death. Obviously there's death and rebirth. However, there are moments of time where we realize how human we are. So bear that in mind. Do not put that pressure on yourself or feeling like you're running out of time. Because you're not. You're going through life accordingly. And everything is happening when it's meant to be. Moving on, we've got the moon. Oh, Celine, may your presence be known, and may moonlight guide us to our highest timeline. It is using our innate gifts to also illuminate those spaces where we do not know and need more clarity on. Do not be afraid to use your gifts to bestow clarity. Using the cycles of the moon, cleansing, water energy, intuition. And then that goes directly into the High Priestess card. The knowing energy, the balance, the one with the Akashic records at hand, being able to see into the unknown, but also willingly going through the story without having to also know, but being able to just use our gifts appropriately, so we are also experiencing life to the fullest. We don't always have to know everything, but it's about using that knowing to protect ourselves from situations that could do us wrong and harm and injustice. Keeping the balance is very important. You must be discerning when it comes to your upcoming adventures. For you are not just a queen, you are a queen with a sword. Use that sword to cut down the rose thorns that are blocking your path. We all love a rose garden, don't get me wrong, but sometimes there can be too much of something, and it's up to us to make it be able to oh my goodness, for us to be able to discern what is meant for us as a whole, or what is just simply too much of it, simply too much of this, or simply far too much fogginess in this aspect, far too much toxic for it. There needs to be severing. Sever, sever, sever. When something new comes in, sever the old. Because what you don't want is an accumulation of stuff. You know, when you're like cleaning your room and you're just like, I just have so much stuff. But what does this stuff mean to you? You want to have intentional things in your room always. You know, there's energies consistently bouncing off of each thing at a time. You must be able to create balance, which is what the Justice card is saying, the cosmic order and balance. Be also that balance in yourself. Create that balance for yourself. Don't just allow things to just happen just for the sake of it. Allow there to be space. So, while I say that, I was drawing to a card towards here. The One. The One of Pentacles. Being able to look at yourself in the mirror and to actually confirm to yourself, is this what I want? Is this truly what I desire? Am I going towards a path that feels right for me, or am I doing it for others? You have to have those conversations with yourself, especially going through such transformational times. You need to gaze upon the mirror and you must speak to yourself. Is this really what I want? Am I on the right path? Feel it. You're supposed to feel the energy, the heka, rising from the tips of your toes all the way to the top of your crown. Feeling resonance with all of the chakras. And if that feels right towards you and right on your path, then go for it. If it does not feel right, do not. What is the point? You know it will end in downfall then. Your thoughts create manifestations, but they also destroy them too. So do not put yourself up in hopeless cycles. As the main character, we learn that we are the creator and the destroyer of our life. Create and destroy. They both go hand in hand. They're not enemies. They're just the same. A coin. How do you say it? A coin. The heads and tails of each coin. I don't know. I don't know how to. Heads and tails, something like that. I don't know. Something that. You know, I'm going with this card, as you can see. You know, she's looking at the coin, but it's a reflection of her. That's how I see. You know, a reflection of each other, of the source of within you. Nothing else. Just you. And then you can surrender to the higher powers. You know, but confirm with yourself. You know, our father, you know, Zeus, Shango, Eshu. You know, we have these father energies, father figures, these gods that can help balance our feminine energy. And it's okay to surrender to a higher power of that sense. I mean, for me personally, I go with the goddess. And obviously going to a father energy too can obviously help, you know, balance things out. But I feel like if you have the higher power that you're currently going towards, seems like more of a masculine energy. I feel like there's ways of seeing this in a way where, are you giving your power away, or are you in complete knowing that you're surrendering yourself? Because I feel like sometimes we just give our powers away because we just expect the higher ups, the elders. Hello, these energies, these people that we are praying to, they are gods. They are deities. They have their own consciousness. We need to understand the balance between these two realms. But we also must know and understand in ourselves that we are also sovereign. And we can decipher these situations. We do not need to call to the gods for such mundane things. Such peculiar questions to ask. It is just about acting upon and knowing that you are protected. You can surrender, dear, but still let the will turn. Allow it to be. Don't hold off of the divine frequency. Maintain that balance. Because, girl, you ate that up. You ate it. And you will continue to eat. You will continue to eat and it will serve. Don't let anyone else tell you otherwise. You have the stars. You have your sisters above and below. But you have stars in your realm that can help and support you and guide you if you want. You have people now that you can trust. Yeah, there might still be an energy of mistrust in some others, but the path hasn't been more clearer to you. And I feel like it's just getting more clearer. And it's time to just... I want to go back to the Fool. But it's time to also just let go. And just embark on this new journey. Because, you know, we can sit and we can wait. And we can rest and we can observe. That is completely fine. But then there must be... We must start moving at one point. We cannot just sit and lie. Just all the time. We must also accept our fate. And just go with it. This energy is quite at the centre of this reading. And I especially during these times now. Where we are so sovereign. And we are reclaiming back our destiny and our energies are coming back to us. We have all this energy now. And we feel... maybe we don't feel, you know, completely at the point of, you know, fullness. You know, but this is a journey. However, the completion of self doesn't just come from within. But it also is external. We are magnets. You are love, and you attract love. Within and without. You know, the energy of love is within us, and you are a magnet to those that love you. Why would you not interact with the world the same way that people see you? People want to endouse themselves, indulge. Anything that you do, people will just love and see it and want to just be within that energy and frequency. People don't care what you do. All they care is if they see you. It's either they want to be you or they want to be with you. Ashe. And I think that's stunning. Because that shows that you have transformed. Oh. Into the butterfly. I do have a recurring vision of us being in cocoons. But we are butterflies. When we leave the cocoon, we are butterflies. And then we can also return back into our womb. But we are butterflies. And it's time to actively embark with this life that we have. Because let me tell you, the veil is thinning. The veil is becoming thinner and thinner, and the spirits are encountering us even more so. The walls of the spiritual worlds are thinning. And that is not I was going to say that was a natural, but it was only about time, because we have, we got, I mean, I'm not saying we, as in, but the humans, the humans, we just, they just, the divines and the elders and the old ones decided just not to be on the earth anymore, and they decided to just go into their own other worlds, and worlds that they could also still claim as, they own that, and I feel like we as the collective that I'm trying to say without me having to say it, but now we're born here, and we have decided to be here, and so do our spirit guides and our ancestors and our past lives and past incarnations. They all want to be here because we've decided to go on this journey again. Because perhaps there wasn't things that we did as much as we wanted to do, or we didn't experience a side of life that we wished we did, or we just, we were content with what we experienced in this life, but we knew that we wanted to do something different in the next life. But I feel like now we're in a time when all of these lifetimes, these formations, these life forms, these spiritual encounters, the energy, it's all just colliding into a vortex. And it has basically created a shift where now a lot of us that are now on this earthly realm have become conscious enough to realize that we are divine, and we are of royal divine lineage, and cosmic understanding and teaching, and all of these things that have been given to us through our past lives. And now just the consciousness of knowing that the sun is going to come up is the same kind of energy where it comes to, we know how spirituality is. And because of that, it is creating a thinning, because we do know that there is no difference between the spiritual and the physical. And a collective of us is thriving because of that knowledge. And we are being able to use it in a way where we can alchemize and transmute and also manifest the things that we want in this life. And we want to do it more. So we're obviously going to play with sometimes the laws of nature, because the laws of nature also work with us. So we also have to decide what we want to do here now. I've decided to create balance and peace and equilibrium. Cosmic. Emphasis on the cosmic. Because we need to understand that, I'm not just speaking out loud about my experience and how I feel. It's because you and me are one. We can contact the moon. She is with us. We can contact our stars. They are with us. You want something? You look within yourself and you know it already is to be. You have already received. You want to look outwards, and then you see and feel the goddess, a higher power, a knowing, the universe. And in return, they see we. It's one-on-one. One-on-one. And some of us can see more clearly. But by able to see into these realms more effortlessly, we have now created a thinning, because we are always accumulating. It's kind of like AI in a way, because we are always accumulating this knowledge that is limitless, but it's different. That's the separation with AI and divine knowledge, like actual, like by nature, because we are stripping. That is why the stripping is happening, because we are not. We need to also use our gifts to be able to make sure that we are also returning what has been taken. We are not just on this earth to just recklessly wander. We have purpose. Be the Barbie. I cannot stress this enough. You know, people will look at you and be like, please make the change, because people just don't have the strength to. But we do. So let's ascend and let's rise the frequency of this world. We've had enough of petty games. Let's do what must be done and return what already shall be returned, naturally. But also, let's achieve. So our children, our manifestations, our seeds can have longevity. Because one day we will be the ancestor. And our children and their children will call upon us. And if we have reached a certain level, we will always be able to make sure that they have wealth, health, prosperity, good luck for eternity. Because a lot of us have been birthed into different families that has no actual synergy in terms of, I'm talking about energy, but the energy of when we came to be was already very high. So karmically, that's going to already cleanse the bloodline. But by being born, physical manifestations will arise, like shards and fragments of what has been done, what you have, cleansed. And we sometimes interpret that as we've done wrong, but it's because we've done the right. And a lot of people don't like doing right. They would rather take the quick and short route of life to achieve something that cannot be sustained. I do pray, and I will pray now, that the goddess of her mother, Maiden Crone, may you illuminate our crossroads so we can clearly see what is meant for we, so we can accomplish our divine prophecy clearly. May all evil and plans of tribulations, chaos, be severed and cleared. May we walk through this path clear. And may we know what we need to do. And may we receive what must be received at the time when it's meant to be. There are no more delays. Ashe. Aset. Isis. Hecate. Selene. Athena. Aphrodite. Oshun. Yemaya. Oya. Ajay. Ori. May we be a rose in full bloom. Nothing can stop us blooming to our fullest potential. I pray that we will be able to carve our own way, and knowing that we are protected by the higher beings of our divine lineage, of our authenticity, and what is meant to be. Cancelling all plans that do not serve our highest path. And may we be in a trance of truth, when we can see only nothing but the truth. And so we can follow the life of a true light. Ignite. And may the spark stay on. Our lights can never be dimmed. Even our own minds cannot be dulled. We only shall prosper in this life. For I, Queen of Stars, declare and decree that people who watch this video is meant to be on this journey. Wow. Oh, wow, that was a channel, guys. Wow. So, please like this video. Please. And I do one-on-one readings. And yes, don't be afraid to subscribe. Share the video around who you want to also share this divine wisdom to. Please remember that you are so beautiful outside and also inside. They are one and the same. You are a star. You keep shining and do not let anyone tell you any otherwise. You are a magnet in this life, and you can do whatever you want unapologetically, and it will happen because you want it to. So I have no fear at all, because I'm very knowing that the people that this video has reached is who it is meant for. And may the sun rise and may moonlight guide. Lots of love. Bye.